Good morning and welcome back again to Concerned Citizens Media. Here are the news for today. Prime Minister of Ethiopia Abiy Ahmed has increased retaliatory action against his older bosses. He has targeted TPLF, his creators and bosses, and its essential leaders by spreading propaganda against them, by taking off the air their online media like Tigray Online and Voice of Tigray, by removing the TPLF members from the government-subsidized houses, by arresting TPLF Central Committee members, and by taking other measures. Recently, the Abiy administration revoked the houses from C.U. Mesfin, TPLF Central Committee member and former Ethiopian Foreign Minister, Sibhat Nega, another major TPLF founder and former chairperson of TPLF, and Keria Ibrahim, TPLF Central Committee member and former Speaker of Ethiopian Parliament. Dr. Kasu Ilala, Tedros Hagos, and Mr. Asmelash Wildeslassie are also forced to return the government houses and the vehicles to Abiy Ahmed's led authority. The government claims that these individuals left the government houses to unknown individuals and they are not currently serving in the central government. Following the unrest related to the death of Hachalu Hundessa, two major players in the TPLF party member were arrested last week in Addis Ababa. Abiy Ahmed and his administration are attempting to weaken the TPLF party and its members so that they can surrender to the newly established Abiy Ahmed's party or Prosperity Party. The tension is high between the central government and the TPLF, which was the dominant political party in Ethiopia for the last 27 years, but now cornered in Tigray administrative region. TPLF is extremely armed with heavy armaments and thousands of trained armies. It will not be easy for Abiy Ahmed to settle this confrontation with TPLF. Abiy Ahmed has also many other challenges rather than TPLF. Several opposition political parties are challenging his legitimacy, and millions of Oromos are not happy the way he is dealing with their political parties and the militarization of their areas, which causes many deaths and other human rights violations. NetBlocks, a non-governmental organization that monitors cybersecurity and the governance of internet, said that Ethiopia's shutting down of the internet is the violation of basic human rights. Citizens have rights to share or exchange information about their families. NetBlocks also reported that Ethiopia is losing $4 million per day for internet disruption. It has a severe economic impact on the country's GDP. Shutting the internet is the strategic tool often used by dictators to control information sharing by opponents of the government or to hide when the military and the security forces engage in operation in the country. Net blocks, an independent and non-partisan, strive for an open and inclusive digital future for all. Ethiopia started using schools as jails. Schools are usually built to generate and nourish young generation with useful knowledge so that they can be productive for the country and as well as for the world. Schools are places of academic competition and where students enjoy variety of sport games and other social activities. Using this academic field as jails could have emotional impact on the students who are coming back to these fields in the future unless they remain as jails forever. Abiy Ahmed is going back to TPLF tactics in his effort of promoting his newly established Prosperity Party in Ethiopia. He broke the major promises he made to the domestic and global community. He promised freedom of the press, freedom of political participation, inclusiveness of all parties on the matters of national concern, not arresting individuals based on political party differences, and never shutting down of the internet connection and others. However, now the jails are filled with prominent political party leaders and members, journalists, and ordinary citizens. People can be arrested, tortured, and killed just for expressing their view on Abiy Ahmed's political party. After breaking his reform promises to Ethiopians, especially to millions of Oromos, Abiy Ahmed is facing with shortage of holding areas for mass arrests his government is conducting. Schools are chosen as jails to hold this overpopulated prison personnel. This mass detention, arrest, torture, killing, and other human rights violations were common even before the days of artist Hachalu Hundessa. After the days of Hachalu, excessive and aggressive forces are used to worsen these already existing practices. Abiy is acting in the contrary to his Nobel Prize, and he is losing domestic and global support he enjoyed during his honeymoon period. His hijacking of the revolution that millions have paid heavy price for it, for his political party's benefit, created animosity to his main black supporters. His unexpected strategic shift is also causing bloodshed, especially in the Oromia region, and its end is not clear for now. Ethiopians demonstrated in many major cities such as Washington, D.C., Frankfurt, Germany, and in Geneva with mixed messaging. All are supporting overwhelmingly the ongoing crackdown conducted by Abiy Ahmed's security forces in Oromia region in Ethiopia. That means they are okay with indiscriminate arrests of Oromo political leaders, with the arrest of thousands of innocent youths, the suffering of Oromos by the military on their own land, the destruction and the burning of their properties, and with shutting down of OMN, the voice of the voiceless Oromos. These demonstrators claim that they are standing for the survival of Ethiopia, but they don't have the uniting message for Ethiopians, especially for Oromos, the largest ethnicity in Ethiopia. For example, when condemning the killing of Ethiopian citizens in Shashamane and other areas, they only mentioned Amaras and Guragis, but the majority killed by that unrest were Oromos by more than twice. 110 Oromos and 46 Amaras were killed. They support Abiy Ahmed arresting prominent Oromo politicians, but they are calling for the release of Amara political prisoners such as Iskandar Nega and others. They are calling Johar Muhammad a terrorist and calls for his death. Johar Muhammad is loved and followed by millions of Oromos back home and around the globe. He is an activist, political leader, and the pioneer of the revolution that brought changes to the TPLF-dominated government in Ethiopia, and even supported and gave the chance for the current ruling party to survive that revolution. And Mr. Abiy Ahmed to become the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. These demonstrations clearly indicate that there is no common ground between Oromos and those who are trying to preserve and defend Ethiopia. Preserving and building Ethiopia should be based on peaceful means, through dialogue and give and take. The Oromos must not be subjected to bloodshed and for other unnecessary sufferings again for the purpose of preserving Ethiopia. Using force and bullying others left us with losing Eritrea in the past. Abiy and his supporters must not be blinded with temporary victory and celebration. They must look for a long-term solution in that country. That long-term solution starts with showing respect for Oromos and their politician, and by allowing them to be part of the reforming and rebuilding of the country. Let them be proud of Ethiopia just like others in that country. Stop trashing each other at home and in the global community. These are the news I have, and I'm gonna leave you with the recording. So this recording is, I'll try to make the point, is I'm just advising Dr. Abiy Ahmed and his security forces not to use schools for detention center. Schools are designed to create bright mind for future, to create young generations with quality education. So I'm just surprised by this Nobel Prize winner using schools as a prison, and these are the news coming from Ethiopia. Please stop using jails. If you don't have enough room, please do not arrest people, and go back to or revisit your promises, okay? And don't try to take advantage of the days of Hachalu Hundessa to grab all your opponents and jail them, and thinking that you might be getting advantage of these situations. This is a temporary victory, maybe you're thinking, and is not a long-term solution. A long-term solution is going back to your people and talking to them and listening to them, what the issues they have with you, and just don't blindly hold on to Amaras and cause bloodshed to your people in the Oromia region. So I'm just leave you today with a speech, a graduation speech made by Tamaam Waarituu. Is originally from Ethiopia. He came when he was young, and he graduated from here. He graduated in America. So what I'm trying to show is that schools should be used to generate young, yeah, uh, quality minds like Tamaam, this speaker. And please stop using jail, stop using schools as a jail. And it's shame on Abiy Ahmed, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, to act like a dictator and trashing everyone. I listened to his speech last time. He was trashing everyone, and those demonstrators coming to the streets of global cities, global states, and expressing their grievances about what he's doing against Oromos back home, and he's trashing them, and he's asking them to come back home and fight him like Hachalu. I never expected such kind of speech from Abiy Ahmed, and Abiy Ahmed is a smart guy. It was assumed he was smart, and he was preacher, he was a messiah, but all the promises he made, all the speeches coming out his mouth is changed. And now his real Abiy Ahmed is revealing. Anyway, listen to this speech, and I say so long from concerned citizens for now. Bye-bye.
Wow, a lot of people. Well, welcome, families, friends, faculties, and staff. And congratulations to my class of 2008. Today, I could think of no better way to begin my speech than to express my deepest appreciations and gratitude for those who supported us and guided us throughout our journey thus far. We thank our professors who have exposed us to new ideas and new perspectives about our world. We thank you for challenging us and preparing us for such a magnificent moment. We thank our families and friends for being there for us, for showing us your love and support. Most of all, thank you for believing in us. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. My fellow graduates, you did it. All the hard work, or you wouldn't be standing here today. As I look at you today, I see happy faces. For some of us, we are delighted because we are the first person in our families to ever graduate from college. I was born in a small village in East Africa, Oromia. I came to this country when I was 16 years old. My mother never went to school, and my father, who has been working as a dishwasher to prepare me for this day, has only a 4th grade level of education. I learned how to read, write, and speak in English language after I came to America. I graduated from Jefferson High School in 2003 and started PSU in the fall of the same year. It wasn't an easy road for me. Since English is not my first language, I had to take 2 years of ESL in high school. By the time I was a senior, I was told that, in spite of my solid GPA, my level of English would prevent me from attending any university. I went ahead and applied to PSU anyway, and PSU gave me the opportunity to succeed. I was also awarded various scholarships, including the Diversity Recognition Scholarship. Thanks to PSU, my father can now proudly say that he too had a son with a university degree. Regardless of our path, we should never forget that we are the fruits of Portland State University. Now, PSU has entrusted us with sufficient knowledge to change our world. But the question is how? To me, changing the world starts from changing yourself and striving to contribute to your world in a micro level. Think globally, act locally. And what is a better way to act locally than to becoming a mentor? In my opinion, by helping a child understand the value of education, you have made an enormous contribution to your world. Nelson Mandela, one of the greatest leaders of our time, once said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Today, we stand here well equipped with that weapon, and each one of us has an obligation to utilize that weapon effectively. We must use it to fight poverty, illiteracy, corruption, racism, sexism, and to promote love and peace that our world needs so much today. The knowledge we have accumulated from Portland State in this past for some of us, 5 years, is adequate to benefit not only ourselves, but others. There is a saying in my language, Ifa hubboke sa hintain, roughly translated, this means, do not be among those whose knowledge benefits only themselves. Thus, let us share our knowledge with others. Let us become mentors and positive role models to those most in need. We are now educated, and we have a social responsibility to help others achieve what we have achieved. As you leave this commencement today, I challenge every one of you to pause and think about the millions out there who never had the same opportunity. Thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Waarituu.
All right, thank you, Tamaam, for that speech. So our school should be used to create such smart minds, such smart speakers, to build young generation for, our future, for the country. So I'm just advising Abiy and his security forces, the military, police, please stop using schools as a jails. Use them to create smart minds for the future generation. With that, by thanking Mr. Tamaam Waarituu and the credit for OMN for sharing this bright speaker, I conclude today's presentation from Concerned Citizens Media. Until next time, so long everyone. Bye.